This is a big, big, big content warning essay and grape. And this is just a short story, but it says, I just found out my boyfriend committed grape in a past relationship. I, 25 female, just found out my boyfriend, 25 male, raped a partner of his in the past when they were together. He came home from work and told me about this straight up. We've been together for 4 months and friends for much longer. He told me that they were sleeping together and she, now ex, then partner, was in pain and told him to stop. However, he didn't stop right away. He described it as grape and she has referred to it as SA. She has since forgiven him and they are on good terms. He seems genuinely remorseful and has changed. I know this relationship really challenged his sense of identity back when it ended. Now it makes sense why. As previously, the extent to which he would think of himself as the bad guy within it seemed a little out of proportion, and now it definitely makes sense. I believe that he's changed. All his follow-up steps are the best options that he could have taken, yet the bare minimum at the same time. I don't know how to move forward. I feel that this is a sensitive topic for me, as I have also been raped and had some dubious encounters in the past. This has really changed my view of him. Break up. I don't think there's anything that you can do to, I don't know. I don't think that anything would make me think that you should stay with this guy. I don't think that I would ever forgive someone for graping someone in the past, ever, or essaying someone, ever. Even if it looks like they've changed, in my opinion, you have to be, I don't know. I honestly don't think I believe in second chances for people that essay anyone. I don't know if that's harsh to say, but it's just that's such a messed up thing to me, and something has to be severely wrong with you to want to do that to someone, especially someone that you love, but regardless of if you love them or not, just to anyone. It's really messed up to me, and I can never wrap my head around it, and I just don't think I don't think they deserve to be forgiven, and especially if you've only been in a relationship with him for 4 months, I would just cut my losses and move on and never speak to him again. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't know if that's harsh or not, but like, I kind of stand behind that, honestly. The top comment says, my ex-husband used to grape me in my sleep. It's typically never people you don't know, but the person that you trust. Trust and love isn't worth the problems that type of person is. And I didn't mistype that because that person does have a personality defect. Sounds horrific. I'm sorry. I'm grateful you got away. This person said, hi, I hope this is okay for me to ask because I've always been curious and not understood this. You don't wake up or they start when you're sleeping and it continues. Regardless, I'm terribly sorry that this happened to you and no one should be violated, period, and especially by someone that they trust. This person said, in my case, I woke up sometimes, but he insisted that you initiated in your sleep, you were rubbing up on me, you started kissing me, etc. There were times that I would tell him to leave me alone, and others where I just laid there too tired or out of it to do anything. It didn't help that he convinced me I had some kind of sleep disorder. I brought it up many times that it made me horribly uncomfortable and it didn't sit right with me. And since I thought I had some disorder, I always asked that he make sure I'm awake. It continued happening. I couldn't figure out why I was having night terrors every day for every few days, all night long, and not be able to wake up from them. And then when I started divorcing him, the Sunday before Memorial Day, I happened to wake up at 12:05. I checked my phone, and I was simply laying in bed awake. He started touching me, so I stayed completely still, not knowing what to do. I realized when he tried to remove my underwear what he was trying to do, and I yelled at him not to touch me, only to hear the same phrases. You were rubbing up on me. What's wrong with you? You started it. I didn't even realize what it was until I finally opened up to my friend about it that Tuesday when I was crying to her, that she labeled it as grape. I literally only realized 2 days ago that when we lived together in our apartment is when it started. We then moved into his parents' house for almost 2 years. It stopped happening when I had my son, and when we moved into our marital home, it started up again. He very clearly knows what he was doing was wrong, but he still pretends that I'm the evil bitch to everyone. Once I told him to get the fuck out, I stopped having night terrors, lol. My sleeping brain realized a hell of a lot faster than awake me did. 10 years of being stuck in dreams and screaming myself awake or scaring the shit out of my ex. Wow, I'm sick. This person said, at the end of the day, you're the one who knows who you're with, not us. Just keep in mind that if he did it to her, he can do it to you too. And I truly think that there are so many people in this world, there is no reason that you need to be dating a rapist. There's no reason. This person said, this would be a deal breaker for me personally. And then this person said, 4 months in, this feels like an easy decision. I wouldn't be staying. Just dropping that info in such a dramatic way is also a pause. Could be testing reactions, and if this is only 4 months, what else is in his past? 1000%. Oh my God, no, that just made that like honestly clicked a light bulb in my head. It does feel like he's like testing the waters. Like, what is she gonna accept of me? And if I act like, I've changed and I'm really remorseful of this, then maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, this person said, I believe in rehabilitation and restorative justice wholeheartedly. People change. That doesn't mean we have to forgive them or trust them again, or that it happens all the time, but it is possible. This is not the sort of thing that going to therapy for a little while is enough for, though. This is violence, and if he's not actively working on things and maintaining an ongoing relationship with a professional, he probably thinks that he's past it. Darkness like that requires attentiveness and patience to master. Your comments don't instill confidence that he's faced how truly serious it is without flinching and turning away. He needs to stare this in the face even when it hurts him and causes him deep shame. If you're unsure, you should trust your gut. Maybe talk to a therapist on your own. That might help you untangle this more thoroughly. I agree with this commenter. This is kind of more along the lines of what I was saying. I don't know. It's just really hard for me to feel like, how do you know if someone's changed from that? You know? Like, I do believe in rehabilitation. I do believe that, like, but it's just for certain things like grape and like schmurder and like PDFs. I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard for me. I need to I don't know. It's really hard for me to think that like people like that deserve a second chance. And obviously like schmurder as in, I don't know. Like serial killers, I don't think that you can they be rehabbed? Like, sorry, it's just crazy. I can't think of like, I'm sure it can happen, but I also feel like it's very rare. And how do you know that they've actually changed until you just experience it yourself? And then you're their next victim. That's the scariest part to me. And I just don't think that I could ever trust someone like that again. And it makes me scared to have people like that wandering the streets. Like, they already don't get enough punishment as it is. And 90% of them don't even get punishment at all for what they do. And I'm talking about like SA and grape and people that commit those types of crimes, because obviously society is so messed up and never believes victims in general. And it's really crazy. And I was actually talking to someone the other day about, because I was reading the Epstein files for hours the other day, which honestly, if you're going to take some like relaxation, something. I don't know, because I had to take my anxiety medicine heavy after that. My body was just like so tense and so anxious, and I felt awful after reading. Obviously, it's like stuff that you would never even imagine in your wildest nightmares, the stuff that they were talking about. And a lot of it is like kind of code word, but you can kind of like see through what they're saying. Like, I don't know, some of it was like, oh, Jeffrey says that he's going to start eating regular or normal or regular food again or something. So I don't think we'll be needing as much jerky anymore. And it's like, that sounds like you're talking about eating humans. And that jerky is like the code for eating humans. And then talking about like babies and stuff, like weird stuff with babies. And I can't even repeat what they were saying. Genuinely, it's so disgusting and so vile. And like that, you deserve the death penalty. To me, I think you deserve the death penalty. You're truly a terrible human being. And I hate to be like a tinfoil hat person or whatever the hell they call those people. But like, have you guys seen all the pictures of him? Like, it looks like him in Israel, but he has like a long beard and like kind of like long hair, but it looks like him. Because why do I believe? Is this crazy of me to believe this conspiracy? Am I like one of those crazy people? Because why do I believe that he's probably still alive and living in Israel? And now I'm scared that I'm talking about him. Please. I'm actually paranoid now. Okay. Anyways, we're going to read the last story. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.